After so many years at sea, you can think that you've seen everything. Trust the great Poseidon and prove you wrong. It was a day like any other. The sun scalding against your back and the wind offering a little reprieve as you lounge in the crow's nest. It was there in the crow's nest that I first saw it. A wall, large, tall, and grand. A wall that only could be there because the gods had placed it to keep the mortals from falling off the edge of the earth. Like any good lookout, I went down to the captain and yelled for him to change course. There was no lurching in the ship, so I assumed that the wind had carried my voice away, not uncommon when you're 9 yards above the deck, or he was ignoring me. I called 3 more times, and when I received that one-eyed glare from the captain, he was ignoring me on purpose. 3 days later, the crew and I were having a hearty meal on deck, and the only thing that unsettled us was the fact that we were still heading towards that wall, and we could all see the ebony black crevasse. The ebony black crevasse that the captain was leading us to. Now, the captain wasn't an old man by any means, but he had seen things that even the most weathered crew members on the ship hadn't. So when he spoke, he ordered us. He shouted, "Aye, vast ye scallywags! Act smartly, and we'll get through these 6 leagues quick." And so with the bolstering, "Aye, Captain," we all agreed, and we went to our battle stations. You see, now I can tell you how nerve-wracking it is to wait for battle. But you can't imagine it. You can't imagine the nerves that are trembling up inside and how much you long for that nice cup of grog or rum so that way you can settle them. The nerves that are only heightened by the sight of the past sailors behind you. Creaky, rotting wooden ships. Abandoned, lost, because their crew members were in the fathoms below that we could join should we make a false move. I can't tell you how nerve-wracking it is to wait for that war, waiting for that first sign. Normally you expect the first sign to be a gunshot, a shout, metal against metal clashing. No, the first sign of war was a voice. The first sign of war was a song. It was beautiful. And I guarantee, should you hear it, you would fall under its spell as well. The voice had us all running to the edge of the deck, our knuckles grabbing onto the wood. There she was. She was beautiful. I can't even compare myself to the beauty. Singing of our desires and pulling us in. When she outstretched her hand, could you blame me for reaching forward? And as I reached, the captain stuck a dagger into the siren's hand, breaking the spell. He shouted at me to grab the steering wheel, and I ran as he went to save the other crew members from the other sirens. As he fought, you could hear the wails of the sirens falling around him. But soon, the voice of the sirens was no longer an issue, as you could no longer hear them. No, you could no longer hear the sirens, not because they were getting quieter, but because they were being drowned out by a louder sound. A louder sound of water falling, thunderous, crashing booms. That wall was there to keep mortals from falling off the edge of the earth. I called for the captain, but he just shouted, "Onward!" Like any good crew member, I put my faith and trust in the captain. I put my faith and trust in the captain as we faced the edge of the world together. I put my faith and trust in the captain as we faced the edge of the world together, and we flew.